Hey everybody, Stephanie here, and this is my Explorer Wiki number 2 for EDLD 7372 with Professor Eaton or Peaton. So for this exploration, I did number 15, the consumer one, where you keep track of everything that you consume over a week. But I did both, everything I consumed as in ate and everything I consumed as in purchased in a week. You can see all that here, but I'll go through this really quick. So everything I purchased in a week was I bought postage for 4 packages, my mom's, Karina's, and my best friend's Christmas gifts, and then a Burberry bag that I'm reselling, packing tape, hyaluronic acid, elf putty primer, micellar water, and moisturizers. You can tell I'm very into skincare. Under the sink organizing shelf, a notebook, toothpaste, Mucinex D, which if you don't know is the best for sinus pressure, egg whites, chicken salad, snack tray, Diet Dr. Pepper, Fit Aid, Monster Pink, Monster Silver, tampons, panty liners, baby wipes, protein cookies, pizza, more Monster, Girl Scout cookies, sparkling water, new librarian stickers, Amazon gym bag, a Blicket subscription, tacos, and Diet Dr. Pepper. So you can see where I went grocery shopping. I do a separate grocery shopping for school than I do for my home. And I do it Monday morning before I go to, sorry, this week it was Tuesday morning before I go to work. And these are things that I just keep at school. Um, the pizza and the Monster were in the evening on Monday. I bought Girl Scout cookies from 2 of my students because I will buy anything my students ask me to buy from them if they're fundraising, but especially Girl Scout cookies. Sparkling water. If you don't know, I have a blog, vlog, and website called The Lispy Librarian, and I have stickers that I wish I could show you, but I have no idea where they are, which is why I ordered new ones to give out at my TCEA conference that I'll be at next week. If you would like a sticker, let me know and I'll send you one. Got a new Amazon bag or a gym bag because my old gym bag is old and broken. And I use Blicket because I tutor math online and I use it with my students, and tacos and Dr. Pepper. Everything I ate this week, I had a McDonald's sausage McGriddle, protein shake with greens and collagen, HEB rotisserie chicken salad, grapes, cheese, crackers, pizza. If you've never tried hot honey on pizza, it's delicious. Water, another bacon, egg, and cheese biscuit, water, coffee, Girl Scout cookies, pizza, egg whites, pot roast, water, a Snickers latte, bistec tacos, coffee, Pop Tart, egg whites, mac and cheese, a cheeseburger, a bacon, egg, and cheese biscuit, mac and cheese, egg whites, peanut butter toast, cheese and crackers, Chick-fil-A nuggets, blueberry cake donuts, sausage, egg, and cheese croissants, coffee, water, tacos, and Diet Dr. Pepper. So you can see a lot of what I ate is a lot of the same as what I purchased. And I did this because I thought it would be interesting to see if there's any relation between how I eat and how I buy things, which is I'm seeing is true because I eat mostly of the stuff that I buy. Okay, so I chose this particular exploration because I already track what I eat with the MyFitnessPal app because I am an Olympic weightlifter and I have to follow specific macros that my coach gives me. So I already keep track of that, but I also wanted to see if I could keep track of everything I purchased over a week and how that would kind of relate or correlate. How might you apply this exploration to a study in your particular research area, and what types of novel or different questions could this allow you to explore? So, when I first saw this question in preparation for this presentation, I honestly didn't know how to answer it. And so I did an Engine Orange search just with the keywords shopping and eating, and found there's this whole area of research that I would have never thought about before. So, some of the articles that I found, I linked here. The International Journal of Eating Disorders had an article on the relationship between compulsive buying and eating disorders, which I thought was very interesting. The consumer behavior predicts dietary energy density in a nationally representative sample of US adults, eating habits, and consumer food shopping behavior during COVID 19 from Serbia, and a comparison of online and in person activity engagement, the case of shopping and eating meals. So these are things I never would have thought about before or that anyone was interested in researching. And now that I know, I'm intrigued. So I already started reading some of these articles just for fun, but I think it's really interesting. And so I'm already really grateful about this wiki or this exploration activity because I found something that is interesting that I would have never thought about before. But I always like when I find new things to be interested in that have nothing to do with what I'm already planning on researching or what I'm learning about, because I'm not like a know-it-all, but I like to know things about everything. So I would say not really a I'm kind of like a jack of all trades, master of none. Like I know a little bit about a lot of things, and so I love learning new stuff about different things. So this was really interesting to me. What did this exploration feel like, and how did it influence your senses? So this one felt like another vulnerable topic, and Professor Eaton commented on my last exploration where I said I felt really vulnerable doing it because I'm used to in our courses where we share our findings or our work, and I'm not used to sharing parts of my life and myself. So this is really interesting to me, and feels really vulnerable because I'm sharing parts of my private life that I pride myself on being able to keep my private life separate from like my professional and my student life. So that's why it feels vulnerable to me, just because I'm sharing different parts of my life with people I don't normally do that with. So it is vulnerable, but it's also a different feeling that gets me out of my comfort zone. And we know that you always grow when you're outside your comfort zone. It influenced my senses because I was more aware of what I was purchasing, and I think it was because I kept thinking, "I'm gonna have to write this down. I need to remember to write it down." I would give myself reminders to remember what I wrote down, and it made me think about that I need to be better about that because money management is something that I have always wanted to be better at. I'm one of those people that like I pay all my bills and then I think, okay, cool. I can use the rest of this money for XYZ instead of thinking like, okay, of what's left, I should be saving, blah, 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 blah. So it made me think more. And as far as influencing my senses, I wouldn't say so much my senses as my own thought processes. So it was very a little metacognitive for me because I was thinking about how I think about money. And how did it make me think and influence my cognition? So once again, I included the definition of cognition to remind myself. And it made me think about my spending habits, especially around payday, because payday was this past Tuesday. So normally I don't spend as much as I do on like random things. And you can tell, excuse me, you can tell in this one that I spent a little more than I normally do on just random things. Excuse me. It also influenced my cognition because I was paying more attention to when I pull out and use my debit or credit cards. And it definitely made me notice more about myself than the world around me. So instead of thinking about like how what I'm doing is influencing other people. So for instance, my husband and I specifically eat at certain restaurants here in Austin because they're not chains. So like the taco stand near my house, we know the family because we go there so often. So like we know that our money is going directly to this family and to like how they work and to their children. And there's some pizza places around Austin that are the same way. Like we specifically eat there because they are only chains here in Austin. And so they're kind of like mom and pop places that have grown within the city. So rather than thinking about that, it made me think more about like, okay, the way I spend my money is for these specific reasons or on these specific things. So yeah, I always pay my bills, but it was making me think about like, what do I spend my extra money on? And how did this exploration help you think, live, and be differently in the world? So it made me think about my spending habits, especially around payday. Again, it made me think about a research area that I never would have thought about before. So the relationships between compulsive eating and shopping, consumer behavior, eating habits predicting consumer behavior, and online and in person shopping comparisons. It also made me it will help me live and be different by paying more attention to what I'm spending as well as what I'm purchasing. And I always like I have a list in a notebook in one of my bullet journals called "If I Ever Have the Time," and I've always wanted, excuse me, to take a Dave Ramsey money management course or something similar. But you know, being in school and working full time, there's already a lot of things to learn about and do. But that's just something I've always been interested in. So there we go. That is my Wiki Explorer 2 on activity number 15, the consumer one. It was super interesting to do, so thank you again. And if you would like to contact me, my email and my social media handle are on the screen. Thanks. Bye.